Good evening, everyone. My name is Crescenda Anderson. I am presenting to you my speech outline 2 on the person who I have decided to do my speech on, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was born on January 15th, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia. He was the son of a Baptist minister. Dr. King received his doctorate degree in theology in 1955 from Morehouse College, one of the famous colleges in the state of Georgia. King helped organize his first major protest civil rights movement in Birmingham, Alabama. Throughout the movement, he endured many trials and tribulations. He endured being arrested because he wanted to do a protest. They gave him the answer of no, but he still decided to gather up people and do that protest. During that time, things was a little different than they are now. Segregation, meaning blacks and whites could not drink out of the same water fountain. Blacks and whites could not sit in the same seat on the bus. Black and whites could not be in the same section of a library. Each one of those things caused many different issues. Kids could not go out and play normally with other kids of other races. They had to play with people of their own color. One of the other civil rights leaders that was part of Dr. Martin Luther King protest civil rights was Rosa Parks. She was the first Black woman arrested on the bus for sitting in the wrong seat instead of sitting at the back of the bus where she was assigned. Many issues still arose as they continued to fight for the rights of Blacks. It caused issues such as kids questioning their parents on why they couldn't do certain things. It could be hard for any child growing up that young during that time, because what are you supposed to tell your kids? What was Dr. King supposed to tell his kids? Dr. King was married to Corretta Scott King. To that union, they had 4 children. He always made sure his children and wife had the best life. One of Dr. King's famous speeches was, "I have a dream." In that speech, he stated part of his dream was to make sure his children was not judged by the color of their skin, which meant being able to go out and be normal, being able to go out and participate in normal things. Dr. King made sure, even though after he was assassinated, he made sure that everything that he wanted the rights to be, he made sure all of those rights were accomplished. Anyone can have a dream. You just have to live up to what you dream. Whether it's going to college, being the first person to graduate from college in your family, whatever the dream is, you have to make sure you live out that dream. I have a dream, but what is yours? This concludes my speech on Dr. Martin Luther King. Also, these pictures here, this picture here is the house where Dr. King lived. Coming up as a young boy, he grew up in this house. This house had many, he had fun times, he had bad times in this house. He just realized that it was one room in this house where he can always go and get on his knees and pray. This picture here is a picture of Dr. King getting ready to do his I Have a Dream speech. This concludes my speech. I hope each of you have enjoyed my speech.